Good day, everyone. This is Tim, and I hope you're doing well. This isn't the morning, this is actually the afternoon. Back in Vancouver and back to the daily grind. And this is a rather gloomy weekend, so I thought we'd make the best out of it by going on a small road trip out to the greater Seattle area, where I heard there was a pretty spectacular buffet a couple of weeks back or a while back. I got to visit the Seattle Premium Outlets, which apparently is nowhere near Seattle, but that's a different story. But while there, I took a little side trip and visited one of the largest Asian buffets in the area. It's called the Harvest Buffet, and for $20, $25, it is an incredible value because you get acres of sushi, miles of Chinese items, and dish after dish of buffet goodness. And again, for $20, $25, that was an incredible deal. And while I was there, Alice, my hostess, was kind enough to mention that they have a sister restaurant that offers even more luxurious dishes, endless lobsters, and all that good stuff. And I know because I think I've been there before, and it's around the area. It's called the Feast Buffet in Renton, and I got a chance to visit a couple of years back, 4 or 5 years ago, and it was pretty impressive. So I can't wait to give it a try, and thank you so much for joining me on this rather long trip, and hopefully we'll have a fantastic buffet together. So really grateful for that, and also really grateful to Babbel for sponsoring this video. Babbel is the world's first language learning application, and they are also one of the top language learning applications in the world. And right now, I'm learning a few languages for work and for travels, and I can certainly attest to that. Right now, I'm learning Spanish, and the level of engagement and entertainment and fun the lessons have is pretty incredible. They are also very comprehensive, and not only do they focus on the technicals of the language, they really pay attention to the details of the pronunciations, from the nuances of the consonants and the vowels, to actually interactively guiding and directing you through to speaking the language. Really impressive there. And check this out, it's kind of like having your own personal tutor with you. Bienvenido.
Inglaterra.
Terra. Inglaterra. So really cool there, and as Canadians we can learn certain phrases like I'm sorry, lo siento, that's what we kind of say. And I remember on a recent trip to France, I can certainly use some brushing up on another language, French in particular. I remember walking in the streets of Narbonne, and I saw a fantastic restaurant, Oui Oui Chérie, serving up what I thought was beef tartare, and I found out that tartare de chevaux is not beef tartare, it is horse. And while I would still order it anyways, it would have been nice to know what you're eating at the time. And I remember in Australia, where I got to meet the cousins and the little ones, as we would drive out to dinner, the little ones would be at the back learning a new language, because each lesson is short and fun, and they're divided into about 15-minute sessions. So really nice way and a quick way to pick up a new language. And Babbel customizes the learning experience to you, whether you're learning the language for professional or business, or just for travel. And they also customize it to your own pace, whether you want to learn at a leisurely level or a pretty intense level. It's all up to you. And not only do you get to learn a new language on the app, but Babbel also hosts live sessions where you can connect with people from around the world through an instructor-led class, so you can engage and interact and make the best use of your language. So give it a try, whether it's for yourself or the little ones or your friends and family. And a further thank you to Babbel, because they were kind enough to offer a promotion. Between now and June 2nd, they're offering 67% off the subscription. So that's pretty incredible, and I'll leave the details and the link in the video description below. And if you missed this promotion, I'll update the link with further promotions as well. So I gotta ask, since I have you here, if you were to learn a language and if you were to travel, where would you go and what language would you learn? Leave that in the comments. And with that, I think our coffee is ready. Come on, let's have a great buffet. So off we go towards Seattle. A little bit gloomy, but the sun came out. But that wouldn't last for long. The clouds came back, and so did the traffic on I-5, and the rain quickly caught up. But after a longer than anticipated drive, that is on the I-5, we have arrived and we are back at the Feast Buffet. And the nice thing about the rain is it doesn't get too busy. So it's been a long drive and I can sure use a good meal. Come on, let's go. All right, and that's pretty good. Not too many people. And it's interesting, you get a military discount and a Boeing discount. Just for one. Yeah. Thank you so much. So I got my ticket, and this buffet looks a little bit bigger than before because they have the buffet on this side and another buffet on that side. All right, so just like the I-5, a little bit of lineup again. Hi Ling, how are you? This is looking pretty good, very good, a little hungry. Can I get a table?
Yeah, sure.
All right, thank you. And I was mistaken, that's just a mirror. So this is looking pretty good and brings back memories. And a lot of people, oh, perfect, thank you so much. Kind of nice to escape the rain. And this is just like as it was before. And I heard same as before, they have unlimited lobster. And I remember at the Harvest Buffet, it was about $20 for dinner. This is double, but it looks like the food they have is twice as good. So I can't wait. And the dining room's there, really busy. And thanks to Ling, I have this nice table here, already prepped with the straw. So definitely gonna go for some drinks and really busy dining room here with everyone enjoying their food. And I think I'm gonna join them. Let's go for a buffet. So it is getting busy and I can see the sushi station and all the seafood and the appies over here. All right, let's grab a plate first. All right, and starting off, a little bit of healthy veggies and salad, a little bit of eggs, salsa, mandarin oranges, ooh, and cheese. And this might come handy later on, so we'll keep that in mind and let's see what's on the other side. All right, so more appies here. Starting off, some seaweed salad. I'm gonna hold on that. Pickles and pineapple and apple. And I think this is an interesting meat here. Let's see, one way to figure out what this is. Tomatoes, radish, peanuts. Okay, and a little bit of potato salad. All right, and this looks like a pretty standard potato salad, but that's okay. I'm sure we can kick it up a little bit. Oh, and a little bit of tofu skin, some cabbage. And this is the seafood section. I think a little bit. Let's go for an oyster. And we'll pair this up. And to make the potato salad a little bit better, we can add a couple of shrimp to it. And 2 and 3. Oops. Let's see. There we go. Some chilled snails and mussels. And further down, we can see the sushi area here with all the hardworking chefs. So let's pay them a visit. So this is quite a massive Japanese station. Okay, starting off with, I think these are takoyaki, the octopus balls, and our standard California roll. Let's move that here. And as good as a tempura roll looks, something even better, because this is the Vegas roll, deep fried. And with Vegas, let's double it up. Number 2. So I'm gonna pace myself because I might get each and every one because they look so good. Coming up, this is the spider roll, soft-shelled crab, right here. And I kind of regret getting the California roll because the salmon roll looks even better. And I think we will go for one. Moving on, and I think I should have done some reconnaissance first to figure out which one to get so I don't end up getting everything. But here we have the Seattle roll and then some more rolls here. So some more rolls here, and I think this is white tuna or whitefish, and I'm always a little bit cautious. And I'm always a little bit cautious with the whitefish because They tend to make you go to the washroom, if you know what I mean. But we have some eel here. Oh. And right over here. And we're not even halfway through, but we have the sushis. From the tofu to the egg to the octopus. I think we'll need to go with the salmon since this is the West Coast. Right in the middle. Come on. Plate's getting too full, but let's see. And this is what I mean because rather than getting the salmon, I could have gotten the seared salmon, but it's not too late. Next to the raw and some eel. Almost not enough room. And finally, the scallop. So not enough room, maybe right over here. And I'm definitely gonna pace myself because plate is getting too full. And oh, look at this. So this is the best of both worlds. This is the tempura and healthy veggies. And this is what I was referring to as the best of both worlds. Tempura and sushi combined. A little bit of tempura sauce and a little bit or a lot of mayo. So now we are on the sashimi area. Okay, starting off, a little bit of squid. I think I'm gonna skip that. But maybe a little bit of the poke right here. A little bit of avocado and a lot of tuna. And moving on, this is the surf clam and some salmon. Let's go for a little bit. Next to the poke. And I think this is ikra. And I think a little bit of this with some rice. All right, and this empty spot here is for the sashimi combo, which is coming up next, hopefully, but that's okay, because right over here, there are some sweet prawns. And as I'm making my plate, I can see Chef slicing up and dicing all the sashimi. And I think that is a platter over there. Thank you, Chef. All right, so that is looking gorgeous and we'll definitely need to come back for that. But look at this. I can hear all the clanging and sizzling because that is, I guess, the Mongoli grill back there. Okay, so we'll definitely come back, but let's do some reconnaissance before we get back to the table. Because right here we see the wonderful roasts and the items for said grill. Oh, that looks beautiful. Actually, I don't think I can wait. All right, let's take a look here. And we see a line forming, and that's because we have the lobsters here. That's definitely going to be the second round. And over here is kind of the Western station next to the roasts. I see some pizza. Oh, and a little bit of deep fried goodness. And I don't think I can resist with a spring roll. And I suspect this is going to be veggie. That's okay. And moving on, a little bit of fried shrimp. But this is something that's looking pretty good. This is a fried cheese stick. Okay, and we'll put that next to the spring roll. What the heck, let's go for that breaded fried shrimp. A little bit of fried chicken, we'll come back for that. So it wouldn't be a Chinese buffet without the crab rangoon. Very healthy, chock full of calcium right here. And a little bit of veggies in the form of French fries. And I think it's time to get back to start on our appetizers. All right, so first round is the appetizers. And again, it's nice to come back to the table. This is the Dr. Pepper, and it's kind of nice because there is a self-serve station and all the Dr. Pepper that you want. And with the seafood, maybe a glass of wine, all the wonderful beverages you can think of. Very good. So I think we need to start off with the crunchy items first in the form of the tempura and the sushi tempura combo. Give that a try. Nothing like a deep fried sushi with some spicy mayo and the crispy outer coating, avocado and crab. That was a big bite, but crispy and crunchy and greasy in the best possible way. And I can't wait to try the potato salad, but I think what would make the potato salad better is with a little bit of ikra and a pickle. And that is looking pretty tasty because generally you'll have the ikra with rice, but I guess this is Western style. Let's go for some in the potato salad and the shrimp. It's always fun to make your own concoctions. That actually works because you have the freshness of the shrimp and the creaminess of the potato salad and the nice salty pop of the ikra. Very tasty. And I think following on the success of the potato salad, we have the oysters. So let's give that a try with the ikra. Okay, a little bit here, a little bit here, and maybe on the salmon. All right, let's give that a try. Some oysters. So we'll loosen it up. Very nice and refreshing. And once again, those little ikra adds little pops of saltiness and against the tenderness of the oyster, very nice. And with all the seafood, let's try the crispy items while they are hot. And I think we better try the fried cheese sticks, or fried cheese stick, it's singular. It's okay. Not my favorite because I think it has gone a little bit cold, and that's really user error. So many to choose from, but I think what caught my eye is the seared tuna in the form of salmon. Got that mixed up with a little bit of the salmon roe. And the salmon roll makes all the difference. Extra flavor, extra pop. When you're here, I hope you give this a try. Very good. And my favorite has got to be the scallops. Nice and sweet and tender. Hopefully we can pick this up. If not, I'll break it into two. Nothing like the sweetness of a fresh scallop. Real scallop, not imitation, and very delicious. So I think I'm gonna finish all this up and we'll go for more food. And I'm gonna go back for that sashimi platter because after a little bit of reconnaissance and I came back, it was practically gone. And I wasn't gone for a long time. So I'm gonna finish this up and we'll take it back. And I think this time, the Dr. Pepper. That was a big bite and a big first round. And I must say, that deep fried tempura, very healthy because it's vegetables and very crunchy as well. So I think it's time for round two, and I can't wait for those lobster and the roast. Come on. And I think one for the road. All right, come on, let's go. All right, so back to the buffet stadium. And it's always nice to have something to munch on. I can see the sushi station is as busy as ever. And I can also see the lobster station is even busier than that. So as much as I would love to get something else there, I think I'm gonna stand in line to get the lobster first, and then otherwise everything's gonna get cold. So really grateful that you can wait with me. It looks like it might be a long wait. The line is actually going fast, and I see Yami there dishing out all the lobster, and I think it's only one per turn. Hey Yami, how are you? Can I get a lobster? Oh, thank you. Oh wow, look at this. Thank you so much. So we didn't have to wait long at all. That was about less than a minute. But I think we can go for some more wonderful fried prawns. And this is my favorite. I think that is black cod. So we'll go for a little bit. And this is the most tender piece of fish you'll have. And that's next to the lobster. So this is water spinach, and then we got some deep fried crab. And I remember the deep fried crab at the Harvest Buffet was a little dry. So let's see if we have some redemption here. Over here. And one more, some beautiful shrimp. But these, again, are massive. And we'll definitely need to come back for the dumplings. So happy to get the sought-after lobster, and let's see what else is next. Hi.
Where's crab?
Crab is right over there. There's a huge line waiting for you.
Yeah, this is line for the crab and lobster.
Oh, wow.
Kẹp á.
Năm sẽ kẹp cặp với đây cả. Bột. Mày lo lắm, tao lỗ lắm. Biết.
All right, let's take a look at the roasts. Oh, look at that. We have a little bit of roast beef, and I think I will go for the fatty cut here. And here, a little bit of jus, some sweet spare ribs, barbecue, and some sausage. Oh, and tacos. The tortilla with the mystery meat. But I think we will go, actually, I'm going to hold off on the potatoes because thanks to a bit of reconnaissance, I see they have something better, and it's right up over there. We have some soup, hot sour soup, and a white cloudy seafood soup in the best way possible. The pizza reminds me of a kiddie station, but the short ribs do not, but the macaroni and cheese does. So it's a little bit all over the place, but let's go for one of the luscious, fatty short rib here, boneless, next to the roast. Okay, so I'm gonna skip the macaroni and cheese. That looks a bit orange, but I think we will go for some cream spinach. Let's see, or some cheesy spinach. All right, and this is what I was after. These are the stuffed baked potatoes. And let's go for one right here. So very healthy, lots of veggies, some meat. And we've been through this station before because these are the deep fried items. And as tempting as a fried chicken looks, I think I'm gonna skip that because this is a whole array of hot food. And sometimes a little bit of rice with the lobster goes good together. So a little bit of the fried rice. Some rice noodles, and I think this is chow mein or lo mein. Let's go for a little bit. I think this can be right in the center, a little bit of Western, a little bit of Eastern. Oh, and I see something for Jade, clams in black bean, and they are right down over here. I think we'll go for maybe just a little. Next to the rice, mainly for the sauce, salt and pepper pork, some green beans, and a little bit of salmon and a crawfish. Oh, and this is gonna be a massive round here. Oh, the quintessential sesame chicken. And we just need the sweet sour pork, but we have some Mongoli beef and a seafood boil, Cajun style, and more seafood coming up. I think this is some shrimp and squid, some veggies, and okay, let's go for some bacon wrapped shrimp. A little bit here, and one more, and I think the plate is full, except there is enough room for one more item right over here, the baked scallop in the form of a mussel, and I think that is it. So I was trying to be as expeditious as possible, but no matter how fast I was going, it still takes time because not only do we have one plate here, we have the seafood. And generally, if I was on my own, I'd go for one plate at a time. But this is kind of a nice way to show the variety. And I think I need to start with the lobster because that is getting cold, but so is the meats. What a tough choice to have. I think we'll start with the lobster. All right, so I think we'll give the lobster a try. And this is a little, still warm, but could have been warmer. But there was so much food and it just comes out so easily. So give that a cut. Ah, perfect. And a little bit of the butter drenched. Oh, looking really good. Very good lobster, nice and fresh. They're a little small, but that's okay because you can go back over and over again because they are unlimited. So a little bit of butter, and I have an idea. The remaining ikra, and we'll douse it with a little bit of fish roe, a little bit of an interesting combination. All right, that is very good. And before the meats get cold, let's cut into it. All right, and I should qualify that before it gets too cold or colder, because it's been here for a while. A little bit of the meats, nice and fatty. Even though it's cold, it's still very tender. And I think we'll need to mix and match a little bit of the cream spinach. And oh, that wonderful stuffed baked potato, nice and cheesy. I can't resist, I'm gonna have this on its own. As simple as it is, go for the potatoes. They are a little bit crispy and roasted on the outside, but nice and creamy on the inside, cheesy. And I think we will make this into a perfect bite, albeit a very big bite. Looks a bit intimidating, but very good. And I can't wait to try those bacon wrapped shrimp, two of my favorite things. Give that a try. A little bit of shell, but that bacon wrapped shrimp is delicious. Bacon is crisp, and on the edges it is nice and fatty, and shrimp is very succulent. And enough with all the Western items. Let's try the Asian items. A little bit of the noodles. And to anchor the noodles, we will use the sesame chicken. The noodles or the chow mein is very well done. Nice and flavorful. Firm texture, very nice. And I got the clams mainly for the sauce, and I'm just gonna flip that over a little bit so that the rice can soak up that black bean sauce. That's very nice. It's really the rice with the sauces that makes it special. Wonderful black bean sauce. And speaking of black bean or black, let's try the black cod. That has been sitting here for a while. And I think in Asian restaurants, a lot of the fish is cooked on the bone. So you just gotta be careful, but it makes it extra tasty. Bone. But black cod is such a delicate fish. Nice and tender, melts in the mouth. And a little bit of the steamed black bean and soy sauce. Very nice. So I think I'll finish up Round two, and I see more items, the wonderful hibachi grill and the noodle station, and of course, all that desserts. So again, I'll finish this up. The crab is a little bit of work, but hopefully it's worth the effort. Round two complete, and the buffet is dying down, and so am I. But I'm happy to say, I remember the crab at the Harvest Buffet, a little bit dry, at least the salt and pepper crab. Here, the salt and pepper crab, even though it was a bit of work, crispy on the outside, and nice and tender and moist on the inside. Very nice, and having redeemed the spicy crab, the steamed crab was just as tender. A little bit of patience, like a paintbrush, a little bit of butter, very delicious, and a little bit of patience. You almost get the whole crab meat out, and again, some butter, very delicious. And as fatty as a short rib is, that is a sign of a good short rib, very tender, very delicious. So this is round two, and even though it looked like a lot, it is mainly seafood, so a lot of shells. And that's a good thing because we have room for round three. Come on, let's go. That is becoming a familiar hallway. And okay, so I think I haven't tried the grill yet, and I remember years ago it was very good, so I hope it is the same. Let's grab a plate. And wouldn't you know it, the sashimi station is still empty, but lots of ikara. So that's a really nice way to customize your meal. Oh, wow, you have steak. All right, I think we'll go for some steaks. So we've got a little bit of chicken, but I think I'm gonna do some shrimp, a little bit, some more, some beef, and I think we will go for a piece of steak, and we'll choose the fatty one there. All right, looking pretty good right over here. So we're gonna have some steak and some noodles, and the noodles are at the end. But with said noodles, I think we'll make it spicy. Not a lot, a little bit of onions. I'll skip a lot of the veggies, but I think we will do a little bit of bean sprouts. Sorry, Danny, right over here. And finally, the noodles with some zucchini. Thank you, Chef. Can I get medium on the steak and the Mongoli sauce? So the steaks are looking really good, and I don't know how Chef does it because I'm far away and I'm getting a little bit warm already. Oh, thank you. So that grill was warm, and moving on, I see we have some dim sum here. So lots of metal cloches. Let's see. All right. So normally I'll go for the chicken feet, but there's already so much food already. Hey there. Let's see. I'll reach down there. So those are the steamed spare ribs, and these, okay, go for a little bit of the tripe. Not too much. Let's see, some shell mai. And this is the shrimp dumpling. Some buns, a filler there. More buns, interesting shape. And let's see, more buns. And more buns. Gosh, they really try to fill you up here. And let's see. Okay, that is one of my weaknesses, as filling as they are. The sticky rice is very good. So I am paying attention to the wonderful dessert bar over there. So I'm just gonna watch out and not order too much. Let's see, I remember years ago, they have a wonderful brisket noodle, so hopefully they'll have the same. And this is make your own noodle station. So I think we will start off with a little bit of noodles, and I think we'll use the traditional wonton noodles as the base. So again, not too much. a little bit of green onions, and those are the other noodles you can choose from. But since we have the wonton noodles, we will go for some wonton. 1, 2, and a third. Hi, Sandy. Oh, very good. And the noodles look delicious, and I see you're making the pot stickers.
Yes,
May I get some noodles here?
sure.
And I remember a long time ago you have some beef brisket. Can I get some brisket as well?
Sure.
Oh, thank you. Oh.
Okay, beautiful.
Oh, thank you, Sandy. Will do. You're very kind. All right. So I did need to come back quickly because I didn't want the noodles to be soggy, and I couldn't resist. I made a detour for the lobster, and there wasn't a wait at all, and I can't wait to try the brisket. It's absolutely delicious. I think I'm sacrificing my dessert for this, but I think this is well worth it. Look at that brisket. Nice and fatty, and I think we'll try to dig in first. Oh, that just melts in the mouth, and as good as any noodle shop there is, just falls apart again. And a little bit of wonton, and let's go for the noodles while it's hot. The noodles are the standard wonton noodles, very good. And I think I gotta try the wonton as well. A little bit of soup. This bowl of wonton noodles and beef brisket, if you're here, definitely speak to Sandy and make sure you get this. It really is the brisket that's the winner. So tender. Yeah, I'm glad I got to dig into this first. I'll finish that a little after, but I gotta go with the grill station, the noodles, a little bit of zucchini, and I think I got a little bit of hot sauce here. A little bit of hot sauce would be good. A little bit of hot sauce would be great. Cheers. The chef took a long time on the grill, but it is worth it because the noodles are actually really crispy, and with a little bit of zucchini that's all cooked, it's a perfect match in textures. I can't believe it. The Mongoli grill is something that is pretty standard, but this is excellent, even better than the beef brisket and wonton soup. But let's try the steak. And I remember asking for medium, but I'm not sure. Let's see. Well, a little bit well. That's okay. The noodles make up for the steak. Let's give this a try. It's not bad at all. And one of my favorites is a sticky rice, so let's switch things around a bit. And the lobster isn't bad either. Ooh. We'll open this up and unwrap it. Okay, so that is looking beautiful. And the nice thing is it is nice and sticky, so you can pick it up. Oh. That is absolutely delicious. And I think one thing that would make it better is with the addition of the remaining ikra. And on second thought, that might not be such a good idea, but let's give it a try. Oh, very sticky and eggy. Let's give this a try. As much as I like ikra, it doesn't go with sticky rice. So, a lot of food to finish up. Oh, and I gotta try the tripe. And tripe isn't for everyone, but if done well, it's very good. And this is done well. So, lots to finish up. And I think 3 rounds is all I can take. And we'll take it back for dessert after this. But first, something to quench the thirst. Once again through the tunnel of food, and I think round 3, I used to eat a lot more, but I think things are catching up, and 3 rounds is as much as I can go. And normally at a lobster buffet, I would certainly go for more lobster, but there's so many variety, and it's nice to show you all the nice foods they have. And the dessert station is well underway. Let's grab a plate. And I just took a glance at the roast beef, and it's looking delicious. So you really have to time your roasts, but I think that's okay. We'll go for more dessert now. So we have the essential chocolate fountain, and it's on its last legs. And to be honest, so am I. It's a lot of food. So we'll start at the end over there. There. So you prepare and cut all this. Looks wonderful. And do we use your hands?
Yeah.
All right. Oh, this is beautiful chocolate cake. Thank you. This is kind of nice. A little protective coating here. So this is kind of nice with the paper that you can pick up. And oh, I almost forgot the mango. And this is so light. And let's see, some strawberry chocolate cheesecake. I think I see something at the very end. That is a wonderful tiramisu. All right. All right. Let's see. Pick this up gently. There we go. And this is so light. Moving on. Oh, we have the custards, the creme caramel, and the creme brulee, and little rectangles of cake. So those are not the rectangles. Oh, thank you, Maggie. All right, so this is raspberry over here, and a wonderful green and red or pink cake. I'm not sure what that is, but it'll be fun to find out. Some chocolate brownies, some orange, I think it's an orange cake, profiteroles, and elephant ears. All right, and let's see, some cookies, cranberry and chocolate chip, and I guess the Rice Krispies squares. But what would go good with dessert? Then a cup of coffee and a nice cookie or 2. Lots of fruits and jello coming up. And it's nice to see people are doing the same thing. All right, and then I think the chocolate fountain has come to life again, just in time for the marshmallow. All right, and let's see, moving on. We've got some fruits. Oh, and we have some hot desserts. So typical in an Asian dessert, you get some hot items and some soupy dessert. This is kind of a papaya and snow fungus. I'm gonna skip that. The tapioca soup, tapioca pearl and coconut. Very good, but a little too warm. But the egg tarts are looking very good. Bananas, I'm gonna pass. And then let's go for a grease ball. I mean that in the nicest possible way. The sesame balls over here. And oh, the lobster line is as strong as ever. All right, so they have some shaved ice, but what's better than shaved ice? I think some ice cream is in order. Hey, Kenya. Oh, this looks great. Can I get some ice cream?
Yeah, what flavor you have?
Gosh, there's so many to choose from. What's your favorite?
Strawberry, mint,
Oh, okay.
green tea, coffee,
Oh, let's
chocolate.
try some green tea.
Green tea?
Yeah, thank you.
Excuse me.
This is a wonderful problem to have because the plate is just too full. And I think we'll need to shove the grease ball aside. Okay, so we are nearing the end and there is one section left. Beautiful cotton candy, but that's not what I'm after because we have wonderful panna cottas here from the mango, which I'll go for 1. to the green tea and strawberry, and there is only room for one more on the plate, and we'll finish it off with the original. And I think that is all the plate that can take. I think I'm getting the buffet sweats here, and this is, even though it's like 3 or 4 rounds, it is a lot of food. And I might have overdid it with the desserts, but I think I need a cup of coffee first. Cheers. And so many to choose from, but that tiramisu cake, which is hidden by the mango mousse, is looking pretty good. So let's give that a try. A little bit of coffee to start, followed with the coffee theme of the tiramisu cake. Always a favorite, and what's not to like, because you got layers of creamy mascarpone, ladyfingers, and coffee as well. And that square cake, or to be precise, rectangle, that green and strawberry-like cake, let's find out what it is. It's very good, but I still don't know what it is. Many layers, very soft, nice and creamy, but I think it has flakes or something, so it's probably cranberry, but again, really hard to know. And if you know, or if you've been here before, let me know. And I think we need to try that grease ball hiding all the way back there. One of the classics, and it's classic for a reason, the wonderful glutinous rice sticky wrapper with a crispy sesame coating, toasty and delicious, and the red bean paste inside. And I gotta try the panna cotta. Nice and small and elegant, just the right amount, and a little bit of strawberry. Okay, and that is a perfect texture. Nice wobble. Very nice, and it tastes as good as it looks. So this is the sister restaurant, or the sister buffet to the Harvest Buffet, called the Feast Buffet here in Renton. So just a little bit outside of Seattle. And as good as the Harvest Buffet is, I think this is kind of like twice as nice, with the unlimited lobster and the crab cooked to perfection. And that beef brisket, you gotta try that. And twice as good, but twice the price. I think the Harvest was about 20, 25. Here it's about 40, 45 as well. Lots of great people here, really busy, but I guess because it's a rainy day, we didn't have to wait too long for the lobster, so that's very nice. So thank you so much for joining, and until we see each other again, I hope you're keeping well, I hope you're eating well, and I hope you're traveling well, and just need that cup of coffee. Oh, what a nice way to end the meal. And again, thank you so much for joining. Take care, and God bless. Bye-bye for now. Very good.